I'd like to share with you the planting method that I've used the last few years to grow tomatoes. I plant them in the bags, and I just buy garden soil and place them on the ground wherever they'll get plenty of sunshine. I go ahead and put the cages through and stakes. In this case, I've tied this one to the fence. After the cage is through, I put a X mark in the middle of the cage in the plastic, and I mix, while it's dry, I mix Osmocote and Miracle-Gro in the soil and kind of mix it up either with my hand or with the trowel as much as I can in the bag. Or you could buy the bags of soil that already has all the good stuff mixed in there, make things a little easier. But I have those things on hand, so it's not a big deal. And after I mix the dry ingredients in there, I put the hose to it and try to wet the soil in the bag just as completely as possible. And then I set the little tiny plant in and kind of place the dirt around it and press it in. And when you first plant them, when they're little bitty plants, you can go a couple of weeks without water. They've grown to the size now that it's so hot here, I have to water them about every other day. Their only means of water is what you give them. They don't get rainwater like this, but it hasn't been raining a lot anyway, so this is a better method. This one is also tied to the fence. Didn't have to stake it. The palm fronds are just kind of to deter the birds. But as you can see, I have to water them in the area there where the root's coming out. And I just simply put the hose in there and with a nozzle and try to wet all the corners very well and soak it as much as possible. And as you can see, the results of the tomatoes are wonderful. One of the plants here that I have, not quite in the sun yet, but it will be. As you can see, I've had to stake this one. It's doing real well. Let's maybe not quite as much sun as the others, but it doesn't run out of water as quickly either, but it's producing tomatoes as well. I'd like to show you how I water them. It takes a few minutes, depending on the pressure that you use. You just place the nozzle up underneath the plastic there. Just turn it on for a few minutes, and there's no wasted water, no weeding. It'll let you know when it's had enough. This is kind of fast here, so it's kind of overflowing. But if you do it slower, it'll soak in real well, and it takes a few minutes. But it's every couple of days. But they seem to do really well this way. I did this last year. I had them in an area in the yard, and when the season was over, I tore everything out and just spread the dirt out, and now it's the greenest spot in my yard. Try to get in all the corners. A little hard to do and record this at the same time. But that's basically the gist of it. I think this would probably work really well with peppers and maybe some other plants. Squash may be a little difficult. I don't know. I've not tried it. My thing is tomatoes, and I enjoy them. And it's turned out to be a very easy method, and I hope that you guys can use it and enjoy it. And good luck to you. They're delicious. Thank you.